Sup, my people? Hello, Niger. From Unapologetically a Woman, Toronto, Canada. Today, my message is straight and clear. We have less than 72 hours to Edo State election. So, my lovely people of Edo State, from the shores of Benin Kingdom to Esan Land, Owa and to Esako and environs and all the nooks and cranny of Edo State, hear my voice. I have come to tell you that if you are one of those who have signed to die in this upcoming election, please, my dear, die well. Oh yes, die well. But at least know what you are dying for and why you should die in the first place. Okay? Let us not pretend that people will not die with the way things are going. Or say, oh, I am just too pessimistic, and then I am instigating violence. Oh no. Far from it. Far from that. I am just being a realist here. After assessing all the fuckery, the desperation, political comedy, horror movie, and mago politics of self-interest going on in Edo State, I can't think of anything else than that. Oh yes. For the past months of campaign, we all have been subjected to shameless drama of political hoodlums and riffraffs, parading themselves around pathetically to feel relevant. Some pretentiously pose as agents of injustice, whereas they are all paid nuisance who are on political payroll. They are all on politicians' payroll and have sold their human rights for beans and gari. They reverence politicians, hobnob them, and then try to sell us with cosmetologized and orchestrated Mickey Mouse stories to confuse gullible Edos for them to think their candidate is consequentially capable to be voted for. My dear, this election has been reigns of insult, moral vandalism, character assassination, kill and divide, jaguda and display of political rascality to the highest level. Our state has been hijacked by political cabals, by political lepers, bloodsuckers and monopolistic punks, just to say the least, where people are breaking all known norms of democracy just for their own selfish interests. And then they still have the impetus, the audacity and little shame to come out publicly to say they are advising the population to avoid violence and have a free and fair election. Seriously? That is laughable. Oh yes. How hypocritical can these people be? When the so-called stakeholders and political actors are the same ones allegedly championing divisiveness, and they are the propagators of violence in this do-or-die politics unfolding before our very eyes. Some non-entities are still fighting amongst themselves and becoming rivals to their friends, all because of politics. My people, we should not be rivals because of politicians. We are all survivors gasping for air and freedom from kleptocratic government. And then we are fighting ourselves. For what? How do you all expect the election to be peaceful and then think people will not lose their precious lives with the streets of Edo already looking like a war zone, militarized with law enforcement in every nook and cranny of the states, and where the hammer side of law is ready for everything and anything to gain or retain power? Huh? How will it be peaceful with all what we are hearing and what we are seeing? How will it be peaceful when those allegedly with weapons are waiting for directive to use it against each other? The land is already wide open to swallow its own children and citizens just for the interest of some certain few, all in the name of politics. Everyone is playing politics of perfectionism. Politics of perfectionism in the open, whereas behind closed doors is boju boju and gbomo politics of war and do or die. In such circumstances, what do you all expect? Wake up, my Edo men and women of valor. Welcome to the jungle where lions, tigers, elephants, gorillas and monkeys are the order of the day, and where antelopes and rabbits cannot see the daylight. They cannot see the light of the day because there is no one to speak for them or protect them. The hunters of power are ready, fully loaded and pointing their guns and ready to shoot. In this jungle as we speak, no one is ready to back up for the other or resign for peace to reign. To them, it is either Osadebe Avenue, their death, or nothing. Again, if you want to die in this election, please die well. Know why and what you are dying for. And if the reason for which you want to die will help to change your course for future generation of Edo State, so be it. Power is never given anywhere in the world. You gotta take it to make the change that you seek and envisage for yourself and the future of your children, even if you must lose your damn life in the process. This election is going to be a paradigm shift. So girdle up, my people, because the dynamics of politics playing out in Edo State today is that of heartlessness, long throat, and greed to the highest of all levels. Instead of hearing how to solve our collective problems to make Edo a better place, these political clowns caricaturize the collective needs of Edo citizens to capitalize on them, on themselves and their singular prerogative. It was one attack after the other, and citizens' needs were not for once put into consideration or prioritized in any way. From Pastor Isaiah Yamu allegedly first won the election in 2016. Before they come give the governorship to Obaseki. So what we hear throughout the campaign is not how to look for solutions for the poor masses of Edo State. No, it was rain of insult. You go here say, hey, Pastor Isaiah Yamu allegedly first win 2016 election before they can't go do wuru give governorship to Obaseki. Now we put Obaseki there, he can't betray us. I not betray them. Now because I don't want share Edo money, now I make them want remove me by all means. And then you go hear from the other side too, oh, you don't want share Edo State money, but you allegedly share billions to become the flag bearer of PDP. So where the money come from? Then you go hear, oh, I don't want to leave Edo treasure for lions and tigers. Then the other side self go argue, and they go say, this lion and tigers now allegedly make you governor. And when they make you governor that time, you call them youth mobilizer, street governor. But now because they say they no one support you again, you they call them agberus. E never finish, oh my people. This other side go say, oh, I create jobs. And they move Edo forward in technological development. Why the other side too go come argue again? Say na catalog jobs and renovation neither they see, because nothing new has been done, and the few ones that was created na outsider they come work there, while Edo youths are disenfranchised and unemployed. Then this other side too go say hello. They say Pastor Yamu na wayo man, where they no fit trust with government establishment, because he allegedly bait somebody with acid, and then any money, anything they give am, he go use am for him own pocket, and he go leave Edo State Treasury for agberus to control, my dear, and so on and so forth. This one go talk, the other one go answer. This one go talk, the other one go answer. The list of mago on both sides, you no get end. Now non-stop for months, all in the name to win election. Attacking each other, and we hear throughout. We not hear wetin they won't do. When we go say, okay, now this one we won't hold for hand. No, now attack each other. So as we speak, people don't they allegedly warm up for election outcome without considering how many people go fall or how many people heads go roll. Now, all this political rascality, character assassination and hooliganism, how e go help solve the masses problems for that state, eh? So we dey hear all these problems. This one say this one do this, the other one say the other one do that. How all this political rascality, all this character assassination and hooliganism go help solve the masses problem for Edo State? How e go help to put an end to my people suffering? Because at present, as I speak, sex work is still a profession young girls in Edo are aspiring to become when they grow up. We all look at the diaspora for sex workers when nearly half of Benin streets are covered at night with sex workers. Because instead of building schools or apprenticeship programs for women, girls, and children, it is hotels people are building in every nook and cranny of the state and filling it up with our women who are all becoming sex workers. Women and girls who are supposed to learn trade or go to school are the ones filling these hotels, like I said, as sex workers and pickups for men. Women grow up weaponizing their bodies for money. Basic education is still not prioritized for every citizen, and the literacy rate is alarmingly frightening, just to say the least. Mothers whose goods and only source of livelihood got burnt in the various market fire in Benin City in the last year. How are these women feeding or surviving without government support? How will they spring up to their feet if they are not supported? For every woman without a shade back to trade is hundreds of children who go to bed hungry without food every damn day. So you see, For every woman who does not have a place, where they can sell their goods, like a market shade where they can trade, is hundreds of children who go to bed hungry without food every damn day. Edo State has natural and mineral resources for years, and yet hundreds and thousands of its citizens are dying trying to cross into Europe. And we have become the state of terror to the West. Our men die in their hundreds floating on top Mediterranean Sea and washed to the shores of Europe, while our women sell themselves as sex slaves for food. Many Edos are frustrated in the diaspora because when they get there, they cannot come back home because there is no home to come back to. Who is going to look out for them or bring them home safe? Who? We all need to know where our money is going. Why so much suffering? Why are there so much suffering at those everywhere? When they are all supposed to be a partaker of the commonwealth of that land. As we speak, women are still delivering babies without clean water or a running tap. Water is not flowing from the tap in the hospitals to bathe newborn babies and their mothers after delivery. And there is no electricity in the hospitals. At labor wards even, midwives are forced to hold torchlights to deliver mothers of their babies. So you see, where women labor wards in the hospital, maternity ward, where women give birth to babies, it's all in shambles. To the extent there is no water. After a woman delivers, there is no water. Tap is not flowing for them to fetch water and give the woman a bath or bathe the baby. No. There is no water. And then guess what? There is no electricity. A woman is under labor and pushing the baby out of her body. The midwives and nurses are forced to hold torchlights and lamps to help the woman deliver. It's still going on in that state. Even the governor made mention of it, that he traveled somewhere and yes, people complain about that. I saw that when I went to Nigeria last year. September last year, I was still in Nigeria. So it's just a year now. I don't even want to start counting. Okay? So as we speak, those things are still happening. Women who their husbands have no money to discharge them after delivery, they are either detained in the hospital, arrested, or made to work tirelessly to pay back hours after delivery. A woman who just delivered, because she does not have money, her husband does not have the funds to discharge her and take her home. Some of these women will have to run to escape and run away and leave their babies. Where some who decide to stay with their babies, they are made to work to pay for that money. So who is going to fix this? Who is going to fix this? Again, majority of our children go hungry in that state. And instead of allegedly giving our youth guns and weapons and turning them into political talks to kill each other, they can be engaged to better their lives in various social initiative programs. Security is still a foremost problem in that state. People are afraid to come back home due to safety concerns. Who is going to guarantee us that we will be fine when we come back visiting? If there is commissioner of water, there should be drinkable water now in all houses without people having to buy water. And those who cannot afford it, we have to drink from well or go to the river. Who is going to fix that? It is time people open their tap in Edo State and water is coming from the tap, not going to where to drink water. That's how people fall sick of various kinds of fever. The same thing with electricity. Healthcare, there is no one hospital in that state No one hospital. I went to specialist. I was like, okay, this specialist was built during the time of God knows when. How many years ago, or how many centuries? I don't know what to say. Eh? If you jump up, the whole building will crumble. Eh? If you just venture to jump up a specialist, the whole building will crumble. Eh? It will crumble. So we need electricity, healthcare, social support, and education. It is time that no Edo child should be an illiterate because of poverty. Eh? It is time. Our girls are being raped to death every day with impunity. Who's going to change that? Children are still hawking in the streets of Edo during school hours because that is the only way they can eat. That is their only source of livelihood. Who is going to change that? And that's where they catch them. They hawk in the street when they are supposed to be in schools because there is no money to take them to school. Their parents cannot pay. And then before they get to 18 years, they are looking for somebody to take them abroad so that they can become sex workers. Who is going to fix that? Eh? We drastically need change and accountability in that state. We are clamoring for our basic human rights and not interested in lies, misinformation, and character assassination because you all are one of a kind. Oh, yes. You all are one of a kind. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It is our money that pays these politicians, and so they should be accountable to us and not become lords and oppressors over their citizens. No. We pay for their daily bread. Eh? It is time they work for the citizens and not for their themselves. Eh? So you see, my people, what is unfolding in Edo State is not a nascent phenomenon and therefore cannot be particularized to Edo State alone. I have said it time and time again, that it is a commonality in Nigeria where in 60 years of independence, in 60 years of independence, we are still ruled and still governed by wuru-wuru and jaguda politicians playing politics of brotherhood, monopoly, father to son, and not meritocracy. Where a qualified person with all the credentials cannot become who he or she wants to become in life because they do not know anybody on top. These expired miscreants without any idea of what they are doing. Pathetic liars, illiterates, and certificate forgers. Boro politicians, shameless MF, dream killers, destiny kidnappers, legislators, political prostitutes jumping from one place to another, cross-border crooks, looters, monopolistic gangsters, political hoodlums, riffraffs, devilishly cursed, heartless, and non-human, just to say the least. Just to say the least. Excuse me. These political punks who think they are doing us a great favor by providing us with electricity, water, education, good roads, and health care when it is our human rights to have all these amenities. These are all basic amenities every sane society must have, and yet in 2020 we still lack them all. There is a lot at stake in this election, my people. So please go vote. Vote your conscience and do not sell your rights for moi moi and akara. If our votes, if votes counts in that republic, this is the time. This is the time and place for you to show it. So if votes ever count in that country, in that republic, this is the time for you to exercise your right to vote. And when you vote, defend it to the last and make your vote to count. Enough is enough. If Edo State is where the trumpet of revolution in that country will sound from, so be it. Okay? Vote. Go out in your numbers and vote. Use your sense. Open your eyes. See around you. Okay, my people? Don't let anybody take that right of who you want to vote for from you. Go vote. Don't be scared. Everybody's going to die anyways. Die and die. Okay? Go out there and cast your damn vote. Good luck, my people. Good luck, my great people of Edo State. Osalogwaguwayaro. Ivie domeni mose mose. Peace.